So you've been betrayed, someone's stolen from you, someone's taken something of yours, your energy, someone's destroyed your reputation, someone's pulled the rug from underneath you, someone's manipulated their way around you, someone's made gossiped about you and slandered you, and it makes you feel like they won, that they defeated you through manipulation and lies. But that's the biggest illusion, and that those negative beings, they rely on that illusion, that you believe it, for you to feel it in your heart, that you've been walked over. But the reality is, if you had to walk in their shoes for a day and see and think how they think, you would be disgusted. You would be dying to get back to where you are. So they want you to think that you're a victim, but the truth is, they're a victim of themselves, of their true form, who they really should have been, who they could have been. But they sold out, they sold their soul to manipulation, to lies, to deceit, to stealing other people's energy. And the very fact that they have to steal other people's energy, to the fact that they have to be a vampire, that shows you that they were empty. They are empty. And these people, they tend to drape themselves in shiny things and use money to try to prove to people that they're worth something. But that's the illusion, that they need you to believe that their wicked ways has gotten them above other people, that their corruption and their manipulation and their lies has given them a leg up in this world. But it's the illusion, because you believe that they are like you, only with all of the stuff that they've gotten from being crooked and corrupt. But the reality is, inside them, it's so different. It's so rotten and ugly, and they know it. They know 100% at all moments of their life that they are just a shell filled with darkness and hate and deception. And when someone like that steals from you, tries to take from you, destroys you, devalues you, the truth is, it's only your belief that somehow they're better off because of that. And it's not true at all. In fact, the more they steal and manipulate and lie, the more that they rot inside, the more disgusting they truly are. And they become really good at wearing a mask and showing a fake self. They don't even have the ability to truly be themselves ever. So they have to live inside of this lie that they're comfortable with, because they're rotten and ugly inside, and they're not willing to heal and release that. The more they do it, the more that time passes, the more that they become bound to the darkness, and the more that they dim and distinguish their own light inside. So they can make it appear like they're winning, but the truth is, they're losers to the core of themselves. Only superficial moments can make them appear like they're winners. So if you ever feel upset about how you've been treated by some people and how they've gotten a leg up by knocking you down or stealing from you or defaming you, you have to remember that they got more rotten from that. They got more ugly from that on the inside. That when they conquered you, they actually became more of a loser. And it's a slippery slope. Their whole inside is like a black hole. But just like a mannequin or filters on TikTok, it's easy to create a cover of a book, the outside appearance, especially these people that have to lie to themselves and the world 24/7. They're constantly being trained how to mimic and camouflage themselves as being what they think everybody wants to be, which is basically appearing perfect and looking good, like having all the things we wish, materialistic abundance. But the reality is, like, you could have a mansion, you could have 10 cars, you could have perfect food, perfect clothing, but when you're not right on the inside and you're full of lies and manipulation and you're full of trauma and darkness, none of that's really fulfilling. The only reason that they find it fulfilling is because they can use it to create an illusion to hide from themselves and other people the true rotten corruption that lies within themselves. So never let yourself feel upset or angry or frustrated because some negative beings have stolen, taken, and destroyed parts of your life, because there's a huge price to pay for that. Not only karma and that energy is going to come back to those people. Not only that, like a ticking time bomb on their own existence. But the very second they decided to manipulate and use someone, the very second they got that piece of energy, they became more of a monster. They became more dark inside. Their heart got darker. The light phased out. And at the end of their life, as the years fly by, that darkness slowly consumes them, and they end up in their own hell. Not to mention the fact that they will be exposed as well at some point. And a lot of people can see who they are instantly. They know that too. They know that they can only manipulate a percentage of people into believing that they're winners. A lot of people see them straight away and they're like, look at those losers, they think they're so great because of their money and their fake, superficial, outward appearance. So they basically live for that 25% or 50% of people that are ignorant and can't see the rotten core that they have. They live for that false appearance for other people to want and admire them because of their fake identity that they've created through manipulation and lies. So you only get upset when you start to believe that they're great for some reason, that they are winning from being negative, from being corrupt from being liars and thieves. So whenever you start to feel that way, someone that's betrayed you in your life, just remind yourself that what they're really about, how they're empty inside, that they're actually a shell. Because if you start to envy them, it's only your illusion, your delusion, you're under their spell. Because you think they're like you, but with all of the nice shiny stuff. But they're not like you at all. They don't have what you've got inside, plus all of the cool cars and houses and nice clothes. They've got nothing inside, plus all of the cool cars and nice houses and cool clothes. So remember that they've got a bunch of junk, bunch of shiny junk, and that's all they have. They don't have a beating heart, compassion, love, kindness, inner peace, true individuality, true, genuine feelings and thoughts. They can't just say what they're thinking. Everything that they say has to go through their filter of manipulation and lies, and they have to constantly lie. They might even like it, but if you were them, you would hate it. It would be horrible. They might like being negative and dark and corrupt and wicked, but they will get found out. They will get exposed. People see them for what they really are. These lizards with their masks, human masks on, these fake entities, these narcissists that want to come off as just high achieving normal people. So you have to remember that they ain't shit, that they literally are shit, that they are fake, that they're crap. They're not nothing of value at all. And they can pose in photos, but there's no real genuine loving connections that they can actually have with their kids, with their girlfriend, with their wife, with their partners, with their family, with their friends. It's all superficial. It's all fake. And they only attract other people that are kind of like that fall under that illusion. So they either have complete fakes around them, or they have young, ignorant people that can't see them for what they are. So their whole life is fake. Everything to them is fake. And from their perspective, they probably think everyone's the same, that how they work inside their head and their heart, that everyone's like that, but they're the only ones smart enough and cunning enough and brave enough to manipulate and lie, deceive and destroy and feed off other people's energy. But it's like the old movies of vampires. What do? They're very charming. They're very charming and they're very romantic, and they lure the woman in. And then out of her lust and her desire for that beautiful moment, she gets drained. She gets her blood drained. She gets taken, and she realizes under that spell that she's just being used. By the time it's done, it's too late. And she's left as an empty vessel that's being drained of her energy. So be aware of the narcissist, be aware of the dark, wicked deceivers, because they are empty, they're a black hole. They do not harbor light, and they don't have awareness, they don't have conscious light. They operate through the ego mind, through the lower part of the brain, the reptilian brainstem, survival, food, power, sex, and status. But they don't have the neocortex, they don't have the glow of the crown of the mind. They are a shell. They are an empty shell, an empty vessel that drapes themselves in things to make them look like they're superior, because they got to where they got from training other people and feeding off other people's energy and using other people and manipulating their way. So they use that rotten dark core inside them to paint an illusion on the outside of them that they somehow are greater than other people because they've collected energy and used it to buy nice things. Materialism. So yeah, don't let it, if there's moments of time when you're going through that feeling like you've been robbed and they've won, just remember, they have not won. They will never win. They will always be losers. They will always lose because they're fake and they're empty inside, and they don't really have light. They don't have beauty. They only have an outward appearance. It's like you're a really good book with deep insights and beautiful storylines and harmony and soulful depth. But the cover of the book's all worn out. There's nothing really on the outside, just a plain sort of front compared to these people that are inside. The book's all burnt, the pages are torn, the words are rotten and ugly, and the story is horrible and corrupt, and it's nothing to read at all inside, really. There's nothing you would want to read. But on the outside, the book cover's got gold trim, the writing's all written in gold, and it's just the most divine looking cover. So great and mighty, the book, the outside of the book. But as soon as you open it up and take a look inside, there's nothing there. It's empty. Bunch of scribble. So just remember that you have to understand that the wickedness that these people have done to betray you, they'll pay. And they'll never win. They'll always be losers, especially for stealing and being thieves and liars. They'll always be fake, and there's no value to fake. That's why they love high-end brands so much, these fake people, because they can say, see, this ain't fake, this is genuine. I got the Louis Vuitton, it's genuine, this cost me $1,500. And it's like, because they're so desperate to have something genuine on them, because they can't have anything genuine inside them. They don't have anything of value within themselves. So they have to have everything that seems valuable on the outside. And the people that get fooled into it are the people that believe in the illusion of the materialism makes you better. So don't fall into that trap, because it's all bullshit. The best people don't need fancy stuff on the outside of them to prove who they are, to prove their value and their worth. And these are the type of people, if they lose all that sort of stuff, all that materialistic bullshit, they would feel like nothing at all. They would feel so worthless, because they have nothing inside, and then they have nothing outside, and they can't deceive people into believing that they're worth something. So yeah, don't let it get you down, and don't fall into the illusion. Whenever you start thinking, oh, they stole from me, they took my energy, and now they're winning. No, never think that. They're never winning. They were always losers. And they'll take their energy and they'll buy some stuff that makes them seem genuine, that they want to look genuine. They're not. They're fake. They'll always be fake. So don't stress, don't feel hurt, because if you're feeling that way, it's because you're falling into the illusion that they're worth something when they're not. Alright, peace.